Yeah, something a lot of parents may not be aware of. We're going to show you some tools right at your fingertips that hold a ton of information on every licensed daycare in North Carolina. A resource that could have saved this father from Clayton from a nightmarish ordeal, a dispute with his boy's daycare that led to a knock on the door from a sheriff's deputy.
Oh, the army man.
It's a quiet morning for Zach Zorns and his son Titus, a typical toddler.
He's 3, he turns 4 in November.
The mood's much more relaxed than the last time I was here, when Zorns was confronting a dinosaur-sized problem.
The anxiety and the stress from it affected me so much in my personal life, in my work life.
It all started a few months ago. Zorns said he rushed Titus to urgent care after he got poison ivy from the daycare's playground.
We literally brought him straight home. We didn't bring him anywhere else, so he'd only been to school during the times that he contracted it.
NCDHHS visited the daycare looking into Zorns' complaints and determined an incident report wasn't completed for a child that had an allergic reaction to poison ivy. They also documented this violation. Toxic plants were accessible to children. Poison ivy was observed on playground number 3. The daycare tells us they disagree with the assessment.
Outside of the Child Care Development Center, it's the weekend, so they're not even here.
Zorns said he posted about what happened on social media to raise awareness, but then a deputy paid him a visit to serve an arrest warrant for trespassing and stalking.
In that moment, I was scared, I was worried, I was angry, I was in complete shock. Just getting arrested in front of my kids.
Court documents show the owner cited a TikTok video to make his case before a magistrate. He stands by the allegations, which Zorns called bogus. The assistant DA tells me he looked at the evidence and didn't see much there.
As we were piecing the story together, that assistant DA from Johnston County called to confirm he dismissed the charges in court. But still, it cost Zorns a lot of time and money in legal fees. A huge headache, he says, never would have happened had he known about a public tool.
I could have avoided this whole thing just by doing just a little bit of research and knowing that this was public information, which I had no idea.
He's talking about a North Carolina child care database. It's on the NCDHHS homepage. You can scroll down for child care provider search. It's got a wealth of information on every licensed daycare in the state. I pulled up a random one here as an example. You can see the sanitation score, 227 out of 235. It's also got information about the ratings, program standards, education standards, which rates the experience and qualifications of the staff. This place got a perfect 15 out of 15. It's also got details of every visit that they've made over the last 3 years and if any violations were found. Now, there are a lot of rules, so not every violation is a major red flag. You can read it yourself, see what makes you uncomfortable. Now, this is big here. The actual link to the report that was filed during the visit, all the notes that they actually jotted down. Now, the daycare that Zorns had a problem with, it was visited 21 times in about the last 20 months.
The track record of all the violations and everything that was listed, that would have been something that I wouldn't have wanted to place my son at.
One last resource to show you on the site before we go, a checklist of questions to ask when you make that visit to give you a better idea of what to look out for. We'll have links to this and the child care search tool on our website. Just look for this story on SpectrumLocalNews.com.